shout out to Hoops Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoops Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoops Jargon. Shout out to
Hoops Jargon.
What up, YouTube? Shout out to Hoop Jargon, man. You know what time it is, man. It's time to get ready. It's time to review. Now, as you know, very pro ball family over here, but I don't run a ball channel, unfortunately, so I don't put a lot of stuff out there. But damn it, today we about to go over Lamelo's first preseason game. As remember, last year he didn't get this opportunity. So as we know, he put up a great performance, putting up 15, 6, 8, and 2 steals. Very impressive. And what I'm going to break down is how he gets his money, how he gets his points, how he spaces the floor. Because as we know, as students of the game, it's not always the numbers, it's about the how. And why is that important? Because that teaches you what needs to be done at the next level to get to the next level, if that makes sense. So we're just going to hop into it, man. And so shout out, to everybody on the stream. Appreciate you checking me out. I know I normally don't come on this early, but, because I got a crazy work schedule, I figure let's go ahead and just let's do something different, baby. Let's hop on here on the AM time with the live. So appreciate y'all as always, man. As y'all trickle in, hit the like button. And we're gonna talk some shop, man. We're gonna talk some basketball. We're gonna talk about why it's so important that Lamelo continues to build on what he's really good at and just flat out identify what he builds, what he does well. And all right, as we do that, I'm about to open up the film room. So give me one moment. Let me get right. Hope y'all's Tuesday morning is going excellent. Mine is going excellent. Well, ain't nothing really going on right now. So you got no choice but to be excellent. All right, there we go. All right. Why is it so blurry? Anywho, build as we fly. Again, as you trickle in, hit that like button. Let's keep this Hoop Jargon train rolling. And again, my goal on this channel, guys, is always to teach you about the game of basketball. I'm not saying all y'all don't know basketball. I'm not saying that. I don't want to sound like some old head. But it's important to know what you're looking at. So when you're talking about the game, you're not just quoting the box score and thinking that's the full scope of what you watch. And so, yeah, man. Y'all drop a link. I see y'all trickling in, man. Tell me where you're from, man. What you represent. I represent H-Town by way of Los Angeles, California. So I'm living out here in LA, as most of y'all know by now. But H-Town till I drown with all the flooding. Speaking of flooding, it rained out here yesterday, which is very rare. That part I do not love about living in LA, but it is what it is. Come on now, ESPN. Don't do this. I'm about to drop it real quick. Y'all bear with your boy. Oh, there we go. Finally, it's working. So let me say this before we get started. Fair use. Educational purposes only, using a 3-minute clip. YouTube, don't flag your boy. Fair use. Okay, there we go. We're going to share the video. Nope. Share screen. Chrome tab. Boom. All right, let's get it. Film study. All right, now I'm going to break some of these plays down because I don't believe in just having a stream where I'm just talking about one little small, minute aspect of what's going on. I want to kind of give y'all a full scope of what's going on, just so you know what you're looking at when you do these. And give me 1 second, too. I'm going to make sure the stream is working properly. And give me 1 second. There we go. All right. So it looks good on my end looking at this end. All right. So first play, this is the first play on the ESPN's highlight that they have featured. Y'all hit that like button too, man. Appreciate that. All right, so first we got Lamelo coming from the right wing, coming to receive the ball. And I like this because it shows, this is the first highlight, and it shows him coming off ball. So that bodes well for Terry Rozier, being, a primary ball handler type player as well. So Lamelo is good coming off ball too, and still very highly effective. So he's coming off the down screen motion. Comes out the rub, create, finish at the rim. Great play because you didn't use a lot of dribbles. You didn't use a lot of motion. You basically read that rub screen perfectly fine. You beat your man off that rub screen, and that's an easy finish at the rim, which is funny because I could have swore people said Lamelo shied away from contact at the rim. So let's look at that again. Uh-oh, I ain't go back far enough. All right, so again, you see Lamelo's all the way down, basically three-point line extended, just waiting on the ball action up top. His man dropped, his teammate drops, sets the ball screen, come off there, finish at the rim. Simple, easy. That's easy points that he's getting. All right, second one. Again, Lamelo off ball, top of the key. Guys, this is floor spacing. These are the things that good players do to still make themselves a threat, even when the ball is not on him. Because as we know, he's garnered enough attention to be, the focal point of defenses this year. But he still understands court spacing at a very high clip, at top of the key. Drive stalls. He's available. That's a good pass by Gordon. So, and here's the thing too. Now, bad NBA players, they see a little daylight right there, they're going to let that thing fly from Steph Curry range. Bad NBA players do that because they got in their mind already. Now, if you look, there's 4 seconds on the shot clock, so nobody's going to yell at you for that. Look at that. That's a good no-look pass. So he's catching that in the scoring pocket, and no coach is going to yell at you for shooting that 30-footer. But Lamelo understands that, what he is, he knows his man is going to most likely overcommit to close out. So since he's overcommitting, uses momentum right against him, go hard left drive. Now, he understands there's 2 seconds, so he sees the defenses collapse because they're pretty much already there from Gordon Hayward's failed drive. High basketball IQ knows that I'm not going to get all the way to the rim, so how am I going to get the money? And Lamelo chooses a little floater in the lane right before the shot clock. So that is high basketball IQ, man. That's high basketball IQ. All right, so now Lamelo in his natural state, full head of steam, finds the score. Great drive, great finish. And here's why I like this. Oh, that showed again. Good. Oh, no, that's a different play. Guys, and what you got to look at with a lot of point guards is, do they give the guys the ball in their scoring pocket? And the scoring pocket basically means where they have the opportunity to score at the highest level without rushing an attempt. Nothing is worse than a point guard who over dribbles. All right, so Lamelo sees it's not necessarily a fast break, but it's transition. So basically, the defense is going to be on their heels. You see Buddy right here. He's not in defense position, so you can go by him. He's not ready. So when you got a guy like that not ready, you can basically do what you want to do with him, and especially, Lamelo got that ball on the string anyway. All right, so as we're going, again, so he sees it. So they have 4 guys back on defense where there are 3 Charlotte offensive players. So basically, OKC has the numbers in their advantage. But here's the deal with having a smart point guard. Instead of trying to make magic, you still see on the right wing, you got a scoring option available. You kick it to him early. So now he has an opportunity to catch, gather, and decide. So is he going to pull the 3? Is he going to go by him? But he has the ball where the defense is still in transition mode. They're not set. So you still can catch him off guard. So if Lamelo, for example, would have waited and kept dribble, these defenders would have collapsed on him, and it would have been a terrible pass out. It would have been a terrible pass out because the defense would have set. They're still on their heels right now, as you see. Now, he's in defensive position, but not here, meaning that they don't quite know what they're going to do yet, because this is called scramble defense when you're coming from offense to back to defense and getting set. So Lamelo hits him early. Good pump fake, drive, easy point, and 1. Easy. Smart point guards make the game easy. And this is what he does best, the football pass. All the ball brothers do this well. That's just vintage Lamelo, vintage Lonzo. All right. Look at Young is setting the screen, coming off the screen. Now, let me say this. As a coach, I don't know if I love a free throw line runner, but that is something that he's been practicing his whole life. So as a coach, it's one of those, good shot. But the part I like is he has activity off the ball. Good players find a way to be relevant off the ball. Let's look at that again. He starts up, setting that up screen. And he actually, made some contact to make sure to free his guy up. And he's putting his body on the line. I give him credit for that. Comes off ready to score. Look. So there's a down low post opportunity, possibly. Now, the thing is, a lot of guys don't seal their man off well enough. So I'm sure Lamelo will see that as a possible opportunity. But he elects to trust his instincts because he sees this gap right here in the defense. Now, to other guys, this is not a gap. The other guys, they probably would step back and shoot that three off that ball screen. Lamelo sees an opportunity because I bet my bottom dollar if he crashed hard enough and stopped that drive, he would dump down right here. Or he would look opposite right here, depending on what this man was doing. So, but he chose to trust his instincts, come in the middle, playground floater. Like I said, I wouldn't recommend that, but that's Lamelo trusts his game, man. So I'm not gonna question that. All right, let's keep him pushing. All right, so it shows on defense. All right, fighting over the screen, good. Now, if you remember, 2 years ago, Lamelo had issues here, fighting over screens. He would play off everybody, and he would go under everything. So now he's going over. That's a good sign. Good sign. He's committing to the defensive end. All right, so he fights over the screen. Good strip. Staying solid. Good defensive play. All right, that's where he coming off the side screen. Okay, double screen. Now, so this is kind of his James Harden kind of thing. Now, again, these are kind of ill-advised floaters, but you can tell he's worked on this forever. So when you work on your shot like that, you trust it. He trusts that floater like a normal player would trust a mid-range jumper. So the fact that he's so comfortable doing that, I'm okay with that. And appreciate everybody who's on the stream, man. Hit that like button. Let's get that algorithm up, man, because I think these kind of sessions are necessary to teach the game so we guys can understand, like, these little small idiosyncrasies make LaMelo so special. Let us keep going. All right. LaMelo again, baseball pass, easy money. Easy money. Listen, man, when I played ball, I used to be a dunker. I would love because bad point guards try to over dribble and try to throw you an alley-oop. I love when guards were smart enough and would trust the fact that I could get the ball early, get up to me early, let me make it, because I didn't have no handle. So my only move was pump fake and then the little rip through and then go dunk on somebody or rip through, pull up jumper. He gave him the option early. Look, I tell y'all, nobody's set. Look at their feet. Nobody's ready to play defense. He understands that. So these are all NBA players. So you're putting your teammate in the best position to succeed. You get in the ball early. Let them make an NBA move. Right to teach the defense again, which was not set in the first place. Very smart play. All right, so we're coming again off the down motion. There you go. That floater again. Easy. There's no need to run that back. Right off the ball screen, saw the matchup, exploited it. 2 points. Good job, LaMelo. Okay, now that's good. It's good activity. And I wouldn't say particularly he did anything. He just attacked the ball. Understood momentum. They have 15 at this point, 17 at this point. Just easy three. Now, here's what I like. He put a body on that man and got him a rebound, man. You know, when I play ball, I love when dudes did not box out. So, in Hoops Jargon's playing day, if I was him and he wasn't, and LaMelo not boxing out right there, I was going to dunk that ball. I love tip dunks. That was my thing. And then when somebody boxed me out every time, it used to piss me off. LaMelo did a good job. Now, he need to put his butt in him a little more. Pause. But that's good. You're making contact. So you give it. It was a soft box out, but nonetheless, you're still doing the fundamental things that's the difference between getting 6 rebounds and getting 2 rebounds when you do little small stuff like that. And again, that's something that does not show up on a box score. Nobody's going to say, oh, man, LaMelo had a great box out. Nobody's ever going to say that. But you know who notices that? The opposite team, his coach. They notice when players do little small shit like this. So nice box, rebound, and look straight up. Easy points. Easy points. Easy points. Now, that was a dangerous pass right there. Now, hold on. Let's run that back. We got to be honest here. We got to be objective on this page right here. That's a dangerous pass. I don't love this one. All right, so coming, you got the high ball screen, look like horns kind of exchange up top. Okay, so in this instance, now the dumb pass, the worst pass would be dump it to the big, because that's where all the defense is. All the defense is focused to this middle area. Now, what he could have done is look this man off by looking middle. Obvious pass is right here to Bridges. To me, that's not Bridges. Who's that? Who's number 0 this year? I think that's the obvious pass. Now, Lamelo, he tends to look opposite a lot. So this is a dangerous pass because it has to be a looping pass. That's enough time for him to get out his breakdown and go intercept that. And that's like the back man. These are dangerous passes, but as we see, he's put a little English on it. He was able to get there, and I don't love that shot either, but hey, it worked out. So who am I to criticize it? All right, next play. Good ball screen. Nice left. Nice left. That's great creativity and great commitment to that left hand, man.
Thanks for watching ESPN.
And that's easy money. So let me exit out of here. That's easy money. That's easy money. Man, salute, man. Salute. Appreciate y'all in the comment, man. And shout out to Rap God, always showing love to the channel. Appreciate that. Rap God also said, I thought he had a great performance beyond the box. Absolutely, man. The little idiosyncrasies add to you being a great player. And I think Lamelo has a lot of those intangibles. So, yeah. All right. So Ty says, why would he overcommit when he's not a great shooter? Well, because it doesn't matter if you're a great shooter. I'm assuming you mean overcommitting to Lamelo. When you're a great scorer, man, people just their mind is gonna default to getting on you. So it doesn't matter if you're a great shooter per se. If you're a great player, you think that the whole time, pregame, it's been close out on him hard, and like so in your most dire moments, you are generally gonna default to what coach has been putting in your brain. Because why? If you don't close out hard, let's just say he didn't close out hard because he's like, man, I don't respect this jumper. When you go back and look at film, they're like, why the hell didn't you go close out on him? He's like, well, because you can't shoot like this. And they'd be like, God damn it. You know what? I'm going to have somebody out there who's going to do it for me. So that's kind of how it goes on that end. So that's why you still saw the overcommitment, even though, again, he's not a great shooter yet per se. But, yeah, no, that's the reason for that. Appreciate that question. All right, Rap God says Lamelo's attention to detail defensively has improved tremendously. Yes. I've been on record to say this for the better part of the last 2 years. And people were killing Lamelo 2 years ago about how bad his defense was. And it was bad. It was bad. Like he basically was playing that good old, like any coach knows, the Olay defense, where it's the Matador. My little Matador thing when you let the bull run through. He did have that, but my retort was always that a guy that young, you don't really learn to commit to defense until later in your career. When you get more reps, when you start to see the benefits of playing solid defense, when a coach is committed to putting that in, like I just told you, putting your brain every day, it's because you've been told to do that. And you seem to get players who commit to playing defense a lot more stringently because you're starting to get more browbeaten for it. And just for you guys who don't know, like when you get to Division I up level, like there's some films where they only are pointing out what you did on defense. So you can't worm out of it showing like, well, on offensive end, I did this. Who gives a shit? All we talking about is what you did on defense the whole game. And they'll chop that video up and show you doing film room time. So you basically getting destroyed in the film session on just defense, nothing else. Nothing else. So again, you can't worm out of it talking about what you did on the offensive end. And that's what you see at the higher level. That's how a film session goes. And it's embarrassing. If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, it's embarrassing. So LaMelo's getting more of that than he's probably ever gotten in his life. And that's making him better. That's making him better. And that's the whole point of it. It's not necessarily the embarrassment aspect. It's for you to understand that this part of the basketball is just as important as the other aspect of basketball. Everybody want to score. Everybody want to get some money out there. But Are you willing to give your body up to do what it needs to be, what it takes to be at a championship level or a high level, on that defensive end? I think it's what we see on Lamelo. So I just wanted to drop that real quick, man. I got work today, but I really was impressed with what I saw with Lamelo, and most people have too. Everybody's covering it, and I think that's a great thing, man. Because 2 years ago, man, it was rare air, man, of people covering Lamelo, man, because everybody had something negative to say or nothing at all. Now, everybody wants to report on it, which is great. It's great, man. It's just giving this kid flowers for what he's doing right now, which is very, I'm not gonna say it's very rare, but it's at a point where he is deserving to get the acclaim he's having, man. Shout out to the late birds dropping in. I appreciate y'all. I just did my breakdown, guys, and this video won't be super long, but go back to the beginning. I broke down his points and his defensive goods and bad issues that he had yesterday. And we got to build. We got to remember, guys, this is preseason now. Some people going crazy with these predictions and stuff like that, man. Guys, this is preseason. This is preseason, man. And I get it. We excited, man. We want to see the youngin go far. We want to see the youngin be the next LeBron, or you name it. But the fact of the matter is, you got to put the work in, and you got to see the project through. You can't think after 1 or 2 good games that, it's time to crown him and he going to the next level. You got to see clusters of games. And I'll make this point from what we saw last year. We had that first game, scored 0 points. People were lambasting him, man. And I was just like, y'all don't know basketball. If y'all call Lamelo Ball trash because he had a bad first game, y'all don't understand process. You don't understand basketball. You don't understand shit. Because if you remember, he still impacted the game outside of scoring. But you know how it goes, man. The box score watchers, as I call them, the armchair professionals, all they care about is the raw numbers. And I'm like, listen, man, this kid had no preseason, had no real offseason, and you evaluate him off the game 1, and he didn't even start. You don't know what you're looking at. So, and I'm glad that, after 20 games, Lamelo started doing what he does best, start balling out, and he has the cachet of what he has today, man. So it's just been good for the guys who've been following him, off rip, to see it come to fruition. And again, some of the late birds coming in trying to get some of that YouTube click money, and that's fine. That's fine. But shout out to the day ones who've been critiquing this game properly and who've been supporting the brother because they saw all the potential he had in him. All right, let's see. 20 Game Sports, shout out to my boy Will. Said he haven't hit his grown man weight. Once that kicks in, finish, we'll get easy. Oh, absolutely. And so I think he'll shy away from, that deep floater that I went over in the video a little more. And he'll kind of trust that his body contact and then finish at the rim, which he already does. He already does that. But you'll see that at a very more efficient level, and you'll see him draw a whole bunch of fouls. Because right now he's young, and so drawing fouls isn't really his game yet. But as we know, the older you get, you understand that getting to that free throw line and slowing the game down a little bit and getting those 2 free throws is a very valuable component to being, a next level or championship athlete. So I think but that comes with maturation. So I don't expect a young, explosive kid to have all that grown man nuance off rip yet. All right, let's see. Does Book Knight have star potential? He's special in terms of scoring. Well, that remains to be seen. I think he'll be fine. Everybody been killing Book Knight, man. I think he's fine. And this goes back to what I was saying about Lamelo last year. You got to give it a full scope of evaluation time before you can determine what a kid is, unless he just flat out can't play. Book Knight can play. Everybody remembers Davion Mitchell clamping his ass up in a summer league. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Summer league. But no, I see him being a good to potentially really good scorer in the NBA. Yes, to your point about him scoring, I think he's fine. I think he's progressing like a normal rookie does. So no, I look for Book Knight to be a good selection. Y'all know my opinion about New York guards. I don't love them so much. Shout out to Flight, man. I was on Flight Channel the other day, man, and I was giving New York people the business, man. New York athletes are the most overhyped creatures on the planet, man. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. And as I peace out, I want to tell y'all to check out and I'll put it in the chat. Fahar Vision, he interviewed me 3 weeks ago. He just put it out, and I'm going to put this out on my social medias. So it's about an hour-long interview of me, which I think is dope when people want to interview me. Shit, I don't think I'm nobody, but Fahar came through, it's a great interview. I watched it yesterday on his Roku station. Really, really, really good. So Fahara, see, I'm getting lost in the sauce. Is it Fahara Vision? Appreciate y'all still hanging tight with your boy. Appreciate that. Really? Let's see. Yeah, Fahara Vision. I should know that. All right. So that's the name of his channel. He also has a website. Yeah. So it's on ivdnetwork.com. Let me see. I'm gonna put that link in the IVD. You can just type that in, or you can just click on that link, and it's at the very top. It's the main event, and you can check my interview out on it. So you can learn a little bit about my backstory, about me playing ball from high school to college to the professional level, and just general stuff about my upbringing out there in Houston, Texas. And so y'all check that brother out, man. He working hard trying to get those streams going on Roku and these online sites, besides just YouTube. And so I was happy to get a chance to build with him. So, man, that's all I got on this one, man. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all. Hit the like button on the way out. Keep supporting the channel. I see y'all came in good numbers because I don't normally do streams at this time. So I might start doing morning streams, man. So I appreciate y'all. And as always, man, let's let Perk take us home, man.
And shout out to Hoops Jargon, man. I'm gonna add you to the crew, man. This crew called Hoops Jargon. They've been getting at it, man. They the ones that's gonna grill you, man, because they majority are all Houston people. So that's
shout out to Hoop Jargon.
Shout out to Hoop Jargon.